this was the start about 2 years ago. Sitting in the office, getting the results, looking at my tubes and my bladder, and I got the definitive diagnosis that I have interstitial cystitis. This little blood vessels all over my bladder. And that was the day of the beginning of everything. And then last year, I found out I had cervical cancer after my birthday and had it removed on my daughter's birthday. Then I found out that as a little baby, I had a blood vessel in the back of my head that was like a stroke, and that was the beginning of the downhill. Two weeks after the cervical cancer was removed, I got vertigo, and then after taking care of one of my patients, I sat down and I realized that I couldn't see. It looked like I was looking through blinds, but the lines are deep and thick. No matter how tight I closed my eyes, no matter how many times I blinked, I couldn't unsee those thick black lines. So I immediately notified my primary care physician. She ordered me a stat MRI. The MRI came back saying that I had a brain aneurysm and a pseudotumor cerebri. So the doctor I work for, which is a very notable neuro doctor, set me up with a neurosurgeon, and we did the angiogram, and we found out it wasn't a brain aneurysm, but I did have the choroid plexus papilloma, pseudotumor cerebri, and then that small variant anomaly in the back of my head that came across as a stroke. Hi guys, I wanted to give you some information, and I know that some people are going to be like, you're putting too much or too many people in your business, you're talking too much. But I don't care what people say. I don't care what family says. I don't care what friends say. I don't care what anybody says. I want to inform the world and encourage the world. So when I learn things, I want to share what I learned. What this video is about today is explaining exactly about the brain tumor that I have. And I will go deeper into like how I feel and all that stuff in a podcast when I create that episode. But this one right here, it's just pure information. I don't care if I look rough. I don't wear makeup. I don't no filter. Just me. I'm not feeling well right now. Once I explain everything, you'll start to understand more. I'm very weak right now. I hope I don't come across looking pale, but I'm very weak right now. And I think that this is the best time while I'm alone. No one's in my face and no one's going to interrupt me. It's the best time for me to break down the tumor that I have so you can understand, not for pity, not for attention, but to make awareness. I'm not the only one that has this. I have a friend that also has this. Well, we're new friends, you know. We met through friends of friends. She actually made me birthday cookies for my 30th. But I'm not the only one that has this. So I want to break it down to you. So what I have is called a choroid plexus tumor, and it is a very rare brain tumor, and it often develops in kids under 15. And I wrote down notes, guys. I wrote down notes so I wouldn't tell you the wrong thing from memory. So I'm going to be flipping through. It begins in the choroid plexus, which is in the middle of your brain, or it could be in the tissues of the brain's cerebral spinal fluid space. And the choroid plexus tumors can cause fluid buildup in your brain, which creates pressure on your brain, which is how I kind of figured out what was going wrong. I had a lot of pressure. My head hurt so much, and I had visual changes. But again, I'll go deeper into my experience in a podcast. So I do want to let everyone know, because I didn't even know this. The doctors didn't even tell me this. But I want to let everybody know that there are 3 different types of choroid plexus tumors. So you have the papilloma, which is grade 1. It's not cancerous. It slowly grows, and it rarely spreads. Then you have atypical papilloma, which is grade 2. It's benign as well, which means it's non-cancerous. And it does the same thing. It slowly grows and rarely spreads. And then there's the carcinoma, which is actually the cancer. The tumor has turned into cancer at this point. And it says grade 3. And this is the rarest of the rare tumor. The tumor's already rare, but when you get cancer from it, that's even more rare. And it often grows aggressively, and it does spread. At this moment, I'm at grade 2. I have an atypical papilloma. It is growing a little bit, but it's not spreading. It has grown a little bit on the right side within the past year. And my tumor is about 8 centimeters in diameter, wide and long. Depending on the location and the size of the tumor, symptoms can include confusion, enlarged frontalis, which are the soft spots in between the skull and the brain. That's usually in infants, actually. Nausea or vomiting, which is more severe in the morning. Personality changes, seizures, trouble speaking, vision changes, weakness, or loss of sensations in arms and legs. I experience every last one of them except for the one that deals with a baby. Every last one of them. When I get confused, people get frustrated with me. I'm sorry. I have memory loss. People say, oh, it's because you're getting older. I'm sorry. I'm nauseous all the time. So a lot of times I don't want to do anything. Sorry. I have seizures. So it makes it hard for me to do things. Sorry. And I've had visual changes. Sometimes I just go blind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I can't be the same person you thought I was a year ago. Sorry. I'm very weak. All the time. People say, oh, it's because you don't do anything. I'm sorry. Tests for this include an MRI, MVA, an MRI, a CAT scan, and a lumbar puncture, which is a spinal tap. Treatment depends on the size of the tumor you have, as well as the location and the type. Surgery is often used for grade 1 and grade 2. Along with surgeries, the doctors may also want you to do chemotherapy, which is an approach that uses cancer-fighting drugs to stop the growth of the tumors. Cyberknife radiosurgery, which is non-invasive robotic surgery that delivers a high-dose radiation therapy to the tumors with pinpoint accuracy. And it is a form of stereostatic radiosurgery. There's also neurosurgery, which is the most common treatment for these tumors. And once they get rid of the tumor, it can come back and you will have to have the surgery again. And then there's radiosurgery, which destroys the cancer cells and prevents it from growing. Guys, I can't have surgery. The location of the tumor is what's prohibiting me from having surgery. There is a chance, a very small chance, that surgery will help. But there's a higher chance that it will leave me in a vegetative state. I don't want that. I don't want machines working for me and I'm just there. I don't want that. So surgery is not an option. So thank you for telling me to get surgery and talk to surgeons. I've done my research. I've talked to the surgeons. It's not going to happen. I've come to terms with that. And I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. But that's it. This is usually something that occurs in children. So there's more resources and more actions that can be taken for children. And those are way more different from adults. These tumors are usually found in children within the first year of life and taken care of rather fastly. So since I've developed this in adulthood, at the age of 30, just what it is. This is only one of my many conditions, but this one is the most serious one. Only 68 adults that are counted as 15 years of age and older are diagnosed with this a year. So if you add in the children that are under the age of 15 and the adults, there's only 124 people in a calendar year diagnosed with this. This is very rare. It's very serious. There's some people in my life that does not take it seriously, or they try to pretend like it's not there. It's there. It's real and it's serious. I'm sick. But I'm not going to let that control me. I just need to take my time, and you need to be patient with me and kind with me and allow me to take my time. Use your words carefully when speaking to me and treat me with respect. Don't tell me you're not sick. I am. But I'm fighting, and I'm trying, and I'm doing everything that I love, everything that I want to do when I can do it. These tumors can spread throughout the central nervous system through the cerebral spinal fluid. And on an MRI, the tumor looks like a cauliflower. The life expectancy of a person with the tumor that's not aggressive, which is like mine, without surgery, it's 5 years. I've made it 1 year. With surgery, there's a 5 to 85% chance of survival. I can't have surgery, so I wouldn't know. But this is what it is. This is my life. I'm sorry if you feel like I talk about it too much. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm putting everybody in my business. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm sorry if you can't understand how to be a polite, decent human being to another person. Just because I smile and laugh does not mean that I'm not struggling. And your words cut deep. Your words do matter. As much as I try to pretend like it doesn't matter, your words do matter. Understand, I am not well, but I'm doing well. If you can't understand that, that's your problem and not mine.
There's healing in your presence. There's healing in your presence.
best friend and I are in the lobby waiting to get the angiogram done. And this is where we got the definitive diagnosis of the brain tumor. And I'll show you the aftermath, the bruising, without showing you too much graphics, but just so you can see how bad the bruising was. And I couldn't walk for a while. I had a seizure at work, and I coded in the office, and then I was rushed to the adjoining emergency room. And it was one of the scariest events when I did come to consciousness. Here I'm getting an EEG, and I later found out that I've been suffering from grand mal seizures. I stayed in the hospital for about a week, and then I finally got to go home to my children. Hey guys, this is Amber, aka Shay. It's no secret that I have this brain tumor and a lot of other things going on. But my kids are in school right now, so I'm trying to be quiet. But what you don't know if you don't follow my personal page is that I'm going to shave my head. And why, you ask? It's not because I'm having surgery or anything, but all this hair, pulling it up and everything, it adds on to my headaches. And as much as I love my dreads, I'm gonna just cut them off. But don't worry, I am saving them. I have a bag, I'm gonna save them and eventually give a little box, and I will reattach them later. I will do a full detox and a full, upkeep of them and maybe even dye out, but I will reattach them later. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and cut. I'm not afraid to rock any style. I've had any kind of color and doing dreads, so I'm going to go as low as my husband can shave me. So I'm gonna go on and cut my hair. And I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. I'm really doing this. I'm really doing it. I have my best friend on duo. She's cleaning. I'm really doing it. Alright. Better. Look at my husband's reaction. I don't know if you could see him. How do you feel?
What? Oh, you got like 7, 8.
I cut a lot so far. How do you feel?
How
do you feel about shaving it?
That's what you want.
I feel so free already. My head is already not hurting.
In your presence, oh Jesus. There's healing in your name. There's healing in your name. There's healing in your name, oh Jesus. There's healing in your name. There's healing in your name. There's healing in your name, oh Jesus.
So I just cut off all of my locks. I cut my hair down as low as I could get it. And I'm still gonna shave it. Still gonna shave it even lower. Still gonna shave it even lower and take it on down. I feel so free, so liberated. Like all that hair is off my head, and I feel like this big weight is gone. A lot of that's adding to the pressure, and I've been feeling like I've been drowning for at least a month and a half. So hopefully with my hair being gone, I can breathe a little bit better and I can be stable a little bit.
I don't want to take a step without your presence. Oh,
I don't want to see me. I want to see you.
You gonna see. So what are you doing?
Bothering you?
Why?
Why not?
You're bored?
No. I just like bothering you.
Why?
Why not?
Are you posing?
That picture, yeah.
There is no picture.
Here's a picture.
It's a video.
But it's taking pictures every time.
No, it's frames.
I will. Shit happens.
It's not a picture.
I don't care.
Ah! Let's get smoking. This is the first step of me becoming truly happy. I never thought that shaving my head would make me happy, but this makes me extremely happy. I don't feel as much pain as I've been feeling, and I just know that getting my tests done every 3 to 6 months will be easier now. And it's just a process. I'm really gonna have to learn to love myself. Never had hair shorter than a bob, so I'm gonna rock this and own it and love it. And I'm so glad that my entire family was in on shaving my head and had a piece of making me happy. All the children were excited to grab the clippers and go at it. And it just really solidified my happiness. I just feel so happy now.
there's healing in your presence. There's healing
locked, and it's never stopped me from showing my true personality and being free. And now this is another part, another step in loving me and everything that comes with loving me. What brain tumor could stop me from shining? Just look how happy I am. I'm just so happy to be free. My bald is beautiful. beautiful to me.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm not gonna let the devil blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Shine, let it shine, let it shine.